But American company not like that. They understand. They don't have gap. So most important is before studying negotiation skill, how we're going to fill in those kind of conservative attitude.
So all those people like Takahashi-san, they should become teachers, right? So they should their main objective should be to educate head office and what.
No, even if he understands the gap, but he don't know how to fill in those gaps. This is the issue that I just talking about. In our school, we need to consider for how to fill in gap. This is not negotiation skill training. This is something else. What is this?
Well, basically, I think that so what I just said, if people like Takahashi-san, if he's being accepted as a teacher of what is really happening on the ground in Vietnam, what they truly value, and based on that,
he tried, he did, but it's very difficult for headquarter people to understand what he's talking about.
Yeah, because they don't accept him as a teacher.
No, I don't think so. Because just one example.
Because he's not there. They don't put him there to teach them. They put him there to make money for them, right? To develop the market. So they still want. They don't think that they need to learn anything. They think they already know everything there is to know.
What kind of major issue?
So the point here is that in Tokyo here, with all these head offices here, all these people here, they know what the world is like in Japan, but they feel that what they are making is very high quality, good value for money. So they want to sell that as well in Indonesia or in wherever in the world. But they look at what they have and they want to sell that. Now that did work because it was actually superior what Japan was making. So they made superior cars, superior cameras, superior electronics. Everything was true, and it was a mass market. So even though, so if you made a lot of it, if you made it at reasonable cost, then you can win the market. But the market has changed. It's not like one size fits all anymore. You really need to know what the customer wants, and you need to tailor accordingly.
Yeah, for example, if you're going to penetrate into Malaysia, into Vietnam, they need to seriously consider joint venture, or they have to buy the company.
And they need to listen to them constantly. So what the most important thing, if you're going to have people in Malaysia, they need to be in constant contact with them, and people in Malaysia need to educate them about Malaysia, and then they need to make a strategy how they can leverage their presence in Malaysia to actually do business. So all these people in Malaysia, all these people they're not just there to do whatever headquarters tells them. Headquarters need to turn this around.
The people assigned in Malaysia, exactly they are doing like what you said.
So they need to
But they have to still, they make a lot of recommendations. Headquarters never listen to him.
Oh, that's the problem.
But even if he's a teacher, no, they never listen.
But if they are not prepared to be a student, if they're not humble enough to be a student, then maybe you cannot globalize.
The teacher or student, this is kind of permanently difficulty for the filling gap. This is who is more seniority, who is more.
Yeah, no, actually, I think that if you really want to globalize, you need to be prepared to be humble. You need to step out of your comfort zone, and you need to be prepared to learn and accept the fact.
It's impossible for them to consider as humble.
That's arrogance.
No. Oh yeah, always they're confident. They try to success in Japanese market.
But why are they?
Oh, they success Japanese market. Why not?
So that's the problem. It's arrogance.
Yeah.
So your answer, I will give you the answer right now. So why is Japanese? Why
sticking to that kind of opinion? I did 100 times training Japanese people sent to China for training for 4-day training in China. And what I did is we tried to always hire Chinese teacher, and they lecture for Japanese attendant student, but they just always they never humble. Okay, why? Pride. We need to listen to them. No, China is changing. You should listen to them. Not always Japanese will going to teach them. Many cases also you need to listen to them. But they very much skeptical for the kind of thing. All Japanese companies the same. Still no.
So I think that's the answer then. Why is Japan not globalized as much as the rest of the world?
So that my simple question is that how we're going to solve it? Of course, Chinese training in China is still important for us. Send them to study Chinese way of life.
But basically, we need to be persuasive about their level of success outside of Japan. So if you know everything so well, how come your company, which is so big in Japan,
You mean
cannot
success story to bring back to Japan? This is success story in overseas, right? What you talking about? We don't have so much success story overseas. Right?
No.
Coincidentally, we get the good,
Well, in the 80s, I mean, Japan had a lot of success stories. It was not so much producing overseas, but making in Japan, but finding a global customer. They were very good, very successful in building positive
Why
trade.
they successful? 80s.
Because that was the time when there was a mass market when Japan made products that were superior at a lower cost. It was not because their products were uniquely like too innovative, but basically they took existing products and they improved them and offered them at a lower price point than Western companies did. So, and they could do that because of their unique way of producing, because of hard work, because of lower wages, because it was a developing country. So they actually produce a superior product at a lower price point, which was
But kind of factors already have changed.
Yes.
So we need to change.
So that's why we never grew out of it. So that's why we could never get. That's why it was so short, because very quickly the wages rose, and then there goes your unique selling point. Because you offer very high quality goods, but no longer at a lower price. And then guess what? Other countries started to make very high quality goods.
So that we need to change the factors. We need to change the strategy.
Yeah.
And the factor is changing, right? No cheap wages. No productivity. We just no overtime much. So we need to change strategy. Otherwise, we cannot get success. So what is this? Humble. So humble means we need to study Confucius.
So
this is what my message is, but nobody listens.
Because they are not humble yet.
Exactly.
Right.
And so I opened my book. First page.
The first step to learning is becoming aware that there is a problem.
Okay, my book, the first page, they are telling you need to listen. But the answer is why we need to listen. Right? They not recognize the need for changing Japanese culture.
If you don't think there is a problem, what do you need to solve?